Hi everyone, this is Zohaib. Welcome to my YouTube channel Learning Edge Pro. And today in the part 12 of our video, I am going to create a save menu item controls from where you can edit the menu item. You can also save the menu item. And if you want to change the photo or you want to change the price category of that item, specific category, or you have to add that specific menu item to multiple categories. So I'm going to do that in this video. So let's get started. So first of all, let's launch our Visual Studio. And inside our Visual Studio, as you remember that we just need to add our written PNG file, which was not showing in our Manage Menu Items page. So I've added that file in my resources. And here it is, written.png. As you can see, this is the file. And let's run the application to check whether it's working or not. So our POS application is now loaded. As you can see that this is the main default page. And if we go to our Manage Menu Items page, so as you can see, the icon is now changed. And now we are just going to work on the right hand side UI. So let's get started. First of all, we just need to create controls which will be named as Save Menu Item Form Control in our controls page. So let's do that. First of all, close all the things. Basically, this is the daytime issue. We'll fix it later. First of all, let's open the control and create a new XML page. .NET content view, which will be named as Save Menu Item Form Control. Okay, so this is our page, and inside this page we are going to implement and edit our UI, which will be later on set to main manage page, manage menu item page. So let's close the application first of all. It's in rendering mode, and now I am just going to add this control into my main manage menu item page here. Okay, just below the grid, I think. Yes, here. Here I'm going to add the controls. Here it is, menu items control. So we have created this control here. So whenever we will change anything in this control XML file, it will be showing and reflecting here. So right now we are just going to create a menu item model. So we'll create just a model, which will be menu item model. First of all, open the class, create a class, menu item model. So we have created this, just make it public, partial, associated with observable object. So now we are good. After this, I'm just going to add a ID here, public name, which will be private string name. After this, I'm going to add the private decimal. Why I'm creating this? Because whenever I will click any of the menu item in manage menu item page, so it will show all the description, icon, price, name of that specific item on the right hand side, which will be our menu item UI, which we are creating. So we just need price, we just need icon for that, private string icon, private string description. Okay, so the last thing, we just need to call the all the categories also. Why we are calling the categories here? Because I will be controlling all the things from this model class. So not to get into a big trouble. So that's why I'm creating a simple solution for it. So let's create a categories here. That now we have done that. Okay. After this, I'm just going to add save menu. So right now I'm just going to inject the menu item model class here. First of all, I'm just going to create public menu item model here, which will be named as item. Get function will return menu item model, get value, item property, property. Yes. After that, we will just set it, return, set value, item property value. Now we have created this. Now we just have to create the item property statement. So for that, I'm just going to create here public static read only. Well, actually, you can also copy it from manage menu items CS file also. No, you can also copy it from menu items control here. Okay, so let's copy this thing and paste it here. Now it's good. It will be renamed as item. It will be changed to menu item model, and we just need to add another type of, not the array. So let's remove this thing, and now we will just add the type of save menu item from control and calling new menu item model with property changed. Property changed on item changed. Okay, so we have now created this. Basically, why I've created this, because later on I'm going to implement the icon picks also as well. So that's why I've created this. Okay, let's rename this item property. So now all the errors should be removed. We have to create this on item change method as well. So first of all, right now I'm doing the approach that first of all I'm going to create all the base things. Then I will be working later on the UI. So let's add manage menu items, manage page, manage menu item page.xml.cs. Here, okay, no, sorry, not page. It will be a view model. My mistake. Okay, so here I'm just going to add the observable property, which will be of calling the menu item model from here. Menu item heading is at empty. So we have created this. After this, we just need to create a method which will be a added menu item async. So for that, let's create that. So for close these things to avoid any complications. Added menu item async. Okay, so it is already created. So we just need to alter this. No, yes, we just need to alter this. Okay, just command this thing, and inside this, I'm going to create a new variable named as menu item model associating with menu item model. This, okay. Inside this, I'm just be calling the description menu item dot description. The next thing I will be calling is icon menu item dot icon. Next thing I will be calling is name, calling it from menu item name, then ID, then price. Okay, so now we are good. Okay, so now why we are getting these errors, let me check. Doesn't contain a definition for description, but we have added that here. Oh, sorry, I have not added the observable property here. So let's copy it and paste it in all the name attributes, price, icons, and the description. Now we will be good. Why it is not removing the errors? Okay, it will. So after this, I'm just going to create another variable which will be item categories. Set it to await database service dot get categories of menu items. Okay, we need to create that method as well. First of all, we will just inject it by here. We will create it later on of menu item. Inside the menu item dot id. We are good. After this, I'm going to create a for each loop here. Categories, and inside this, I'm going to add another variable of category of item assigned to new menu category model. Inside this, I'm going to add the icon to category.icon, id to category.id, and name to category.name. So now we will be good. After this, I'm just going to create some conditions here as well, which will be if item categories dot any. We have to create a variable here, e dot id if equals to category id. Basically, why I'm creating this, because whenever later on you will be able to understand that why I'm creating that, because in the UI I'm going to add the categories selection thing as well. So therefore I'm creating a condition for that you can also select the multiple categories, and it will check if the menu items still exist in that category. If not, then it will add that, and if it is not added in that category, so it will not add that thing in that category. So that's why I'm creating a condition here. So follow with me, category of item dot it's selected equals to true, else. Okay, wait a second. Why I am in this thing? Else, uh, wait a second. Category of item dot it's selected will be set to false. Now we are good. After this, I'm just going to return this menu item model dot categories, and it will add category of item. Now we are good. After this, I'm just going to place it into menu item model. Okay, now we are good. After this, why it's giving the errors? Expected. Let's try to add another one. Okay, let me see what's the issue here. So let's check the brackets. Okay, so these two are not referred here, so that's why it's giving the error. Let's add these. So our error should be removed now. After this, in the database service, I'm going to map category when I'm creating a new item. So for that, we have to create a new method in the database service whenever we will be mapping the category to a specific item. So let's open our database service as well. And inside our database service, let's close these things to avoid any confusions. Okay. So here I'm going to create another method which will be named as get categories of menu item. So let's create the public async task menu category model, not model, it will be this. Method name will be get categories of menu item, and it will be integer menu item ID. So now we are good. After this, I'm just going to inject some query here, war query, starting with the at the rate. Okay, wait a second. Okay, now we're good. After this, I'm just going to uh, give it a condition here. Let's select. Okay, let's open my caps lock. Let's type in caps category dot start that all categories, select all the categories from menu category, which I am giving the name as cat, will be inner joined with. Okay, why it's showing me the okay. Let's remove this inner join. What's the issue? Inner join menu item category mapping map. So after this, it will be mapped on category.id and map.menu category ID. Okay, so we just need to create a condition where, okay, let's keep it in caps, map.menu item ID equals to question mark. So now we are good. We have created our query successfully. Let's check it again that it's correct or not. If select category dot all from menu category, then the category inner join menu. Okay, so now we are good. After this, I'm just going to create a new variable here of categories, calling it with await connection dot query async menu category, not array. Let's remove this menu category menu item ID. Now we are good. We will just now return this. Okay, so now we have created our method in database service as well. So it will be easier for us to do the things later in our project. So now we have created this. Now let's alter the manage menu item page as well. So where's that manage menu item page? Okay, here it is. So I'm just going to make some changes here, which will be item equals to, not item model, will be item equals to binding menu item. So why it is not save menu item from control? Okay, let me check what's the issue. Oh, let's check item. The property item was not found. Okay, let me check where's the save menu. So here, as you can see, it's set to item model. So let's change it. Why I'm not setting it to item model? Because it will be conflicting later on. so it will be giving some errors. So to avoid any of the errors, so that's why I'm creating this. So now we have to add another method in save menu item. So let's add here. The add method will be relay command. It will be a private void. Basically, this will be the toggle selection method for clicking the categories from right hand side UI while saving or editing the menu item. So that's why I'm creating this toggle feature. Category model, not menu category, it will be category, and it will return category dot selected equals to not equals to category dot is selected. So now our query is also created. Now we just need to add something in our manage menu item view model as well. Where it is okay here. So inside our get items, where is that? Okay, let me check. So now we have just have to inject it here is initializing. So here I'm just going to create a for each loop for each war item or category in categories, and here I'm going to create a variable category of item set to new menu category model, and inside this will be id equals to category.id, then icon to category.icon, name equals to category.name, and is selected equals to false. Okay, so after this outside we will just add menu item dot categories, add in category of item. So now we are good. Let's check it out. Okay, before that I just remembered that one thing I need to add in save menu item. So let's call it from here, save menu item. Okay, it is opened here. So inside this I'm just going to add a another method which will be named as on item changed, private static void on item changed bindable object. What I meant to say is by checking out that we will just rebuild our application to check if it contains errors or not. So that's why, but I know that it will contain some errors. So before that, I'm just going to create this method as well. Old value, new value. Okay, so now we are good. Inside this, I'm just going to create some conditions here. If new value is menu item model, let's create a variable here, menu item model. Then inside the if condition, there will be another if condition which will be bindable is save menu item form control, which will be this control. If menu item model dot id is greater than 0, I'll later on tell you that what I'm doing here as well. Basically, these all are the things related to the icon which will be popping up whenever I will be clicking any of the menu item. So the image which will be showing on the right hand side, it's that content. So that's why I'm creating the base for that. And this control dot item icon dot source equals to menu item model dot icon. This control dot item icon dot hide request. Why it's not okay? I've not created that as well. Uh, Too much bugs will occur if I build the application. Item icon dot with request equals to 100. Okay, so now our if condition is not created, and now we will be creating an else condition as well. Else this control. Okay, we will just copy this thing rather than typing it again and again. Item source equals to, we will show the empty image here, image underscore 24.png. I have downloaded this image from flaticon.com. You can also download it from flaticon as well. Okay, now we have created this thing. Where it is ending, let me check. Okay, here outside this method I'm just going to create a public event action on cancel Why I'm creating the cancel action? Because when I will be giving cancel button as well, that whenever user will press that cancel button, all the things from the UI will be disappeared. Uh, it will be a relay command, private void cancel will return on cancel question mark dot invoke. Now I am good. Okay. After this, I'm just going to add an event in manage menu item page. Where it is? Okay, here it is. Here I will be adding a on cancel event as well. New event is going to go into its space. Okay. So before adding here, I'm just going to alter something in manage menu item view model here. Hmm. Rather than I think creating this thing inside this, we need to create another method and we'll be calling it here. Okay, what I will be setting the method name will be set empty categories to item. Okay, this will be the method I will be calling here. Okay, so outside this, I will be creating a method private void set. Okay, so now we are good. Inside this method, I'll be testing the same thing here. And before for each loop, I'm just going to add menu item dot categories dot clear as well. And now I think we are good. Now the last thing I'm just going to add here as well is private void cancel event, which will be menu item equals to new empty and set empty categories to item. Will be calling here as well. Okay, so now I've created this. Now let's add the relay command above this method. Relay command. Okay, so now we are good. So now let's implement this method in our manage menu item XML. Manage menu item. Okay, here it is. So in this event, I'm just going to inject this cancel command dot execute will be null. Okay, so now we are good. I think there's no issue here as well. Let's rebuild the application to check whether it's good or not. Let's check the output. Okay, it's failed. Why it is failed? Let me check. What's the issue here? Uh, save menu item control no accessible. Okay, save menu item icon. So I think I've created menu item icon in this. Okay, here's the issue. Okay, let's fix that. For that, I'm just going to comment this right now because we have not created the UI. When we will be creating the UI, then the error will be removed automatically. So before that, I'm just going to remove this and this thing as well. On item changed. Okay, so now we are good. So why it's giving the error? Let me check. Control KC. Okay, why it's not commenting it out? Okay, let's remove this. Why it's giving the error? Cannot convert binding mode. New tab. Okay, so we have used the array here. Okay, let's remove this as well. Okay, so now we are good. Let's run the application again. So now we will not be facing any errors again. Again, it is failed. Let me check what's the issue here. Output. Now the error binding property menu item was not found on home view model. Okay, let's check the home view model. Home view model here. Check with the error. Okay, so there's no error here. Let's open the manage menu item page here. Let's check. There's not found in home view model. Where it's defined. Okay, here. Okay, it will be calling it from manage menu item model. So now the error should be removed. Uh, okay, let's close all these things. Let's close all the tabs and let's rebuild the application again to check whether it's working. It should work now. It should work. Okay, so it succeeded now. Okay, so now we just have to create our save menu item UI in our controls folder, which will be managed globally. So for that, we just need to go to our controls and need to set the UI in save menu item from control. So let's start to create that. Okay, so I have created the UI here. First of all, what I have done basically, I have just defined the dictionary globally here. And after this, I have made this reference to this here name to bind it with my control CS things files. So that's why I've binded it with it this file. Okay, this is the vertical stack layout. So let me explain you while running the application what I've done. Okay, so here as you can see, this is the heading name, this is the input type, this enter name, image icon, pick image, price, enter description, and the categories in the end. So what I have done here, let's minimize this. First of all, this is the heading. This is the heading here of the name, and this will be the placeholder from in which our name will be showing. And this is the next vertical stack layout, which will be showing our image, pick image items. Here, as you can see, this is the image icon, and this is the image where our image will be popping, and this is the pick image button. By selecting this, you can also select it from your computer. Later on, we are going to create that as well. And after this, in the next vertical stack layout, I've created a price item from where the price will be showing here. As you can see, the price heading and the price here, the price will be displaying description, and this is the description box. This is the description, and this is the description box. Let me give it some space here. Okay, so now this is the last vertical stack layout in which I've created a category here. First of all, I've assigned a heading here, then the categories, that all the categories should be populating here. Setting the data template, calling it from menu category model, giving styling it with white and green things. This is the name of the category. This will check if this category is selected currently or not. That whenever we will be selecting our menu item, so it will check that our category, that on which category is that specific menu item is mapped. So that's why I've created this pending. This will be the data trigger that whenever we will, that which means that which category will be selected or is mapped onto that item, so that color will be changed to green. So I've created that. Okay, so this is the tapping gesture recognizer, which I have binded with controls. Like we can also select the multiple categories as well where we want to save. This is the cancel button, and this is the last save button. Okay, so I've created this. Now I just need to uh, okay, so here this is the tapping gesture of save menu items from control. So let's run the application. I was wondering why it was not working, because whenever I'm tapping my menu list, so it is not showing me the reflection of the price, name, and icon on the right panel. Okay, so open our save menu control here, and whenever I tap any of the items, so it is not showing me the reflection here in this panel. So why it is not showing me whenever I'm doing the cancel? So it's working perfectly fine, but it is not showing me the reflection here. Okay, so there's no issue in this. Okay, first of all, let's go to our menu list item controls, and here it seems also good. Wait a second, let me go in the code behind. It is also perfectly aligned. Pages, main page, manage menu item page. Here menu list item control. So okay, so it is calling the data from menu item, so which I will be calling it from data dot menu item. So now it will be calling the data from data dot menu item. Before that it was calling the data from models, so therefore it was not popping up the details of the selected menu item. So now we have fixed this issue. Okay, let's run the application again and check whether it's good or not. Okay, so our application is now loaded. Let's expand this a bit. Okay, so let's now open our this page. Okay, whenever I will tap on the any of these things, as you can see, it's now showing me the perfect reflection of the cocktail here, like name, price, image, refreshing, and it is also showing me the category in which it is lying. If I click any of these like soju, so it is also showing me that these are the beverages. If I go to main course and click on the spaghetti, so it is showing me that it is a main course thing. And let me see what's the common here. Okay, pizza is common. So I've clicked the pizza, it's 8.99 pizza, whole pizza. So these two categories are highlighted, which shows that the pizza is lying in main course and in fast food as well. So let's close the application. Okay. That's it. Okay, in the next video, we are going to implement the save controls here. Like whenever we will be adding an item, so it can also save in a menu list, which will be directly connected to our local database. And in that database, we will be feeding our new menu items, and all the alterations we will be doing will be saved there. So in the next video, we will be creating that. So for now, that's it. I hope you like the video. For more upcoming videos, kindly press the subscribe button and press the bell icon so you will never miss an update. Thanks for watching.